who you were, but I heard that I was my name was brought up in this live, and she starts laughing. She's like, "Ha ha! Look at everybody! Look what her comment says. She don't know me, but she's in here. I'm telling you, my stalkers really love me. First of all, I wasn't stalking you. You were in my live for a good 30 minutes, not saying anything." And I said, and then that's when I typed again, and I said, "Again, I don't know who you are, but here I am. If you have something to say about me, let's talk." And boom, I got blocked.
Don't go to her space. Don't go to her space. Okay? Don't deal with her ass. Okay? I mean, she's just fucking mean girl. She's just a fucking mean girl. For no fucking reason.
The fact that so many people follow her is like so questionable to me, because I went in there, right, because like I was just shadow watching, right, because you mentioned that she said her name, so I was like, okay, like we're gonna see if she starts talking shit again. Then she mentions Gina again. I was like, all right, like all I did is go in and said, I hope you heal. That's literally all I said. Nothing negative. I didn't say anything hateful. Nothing.
And it triggered her. That triggered her because I swung by her live. Well, the FYP just brought me to it because the algorithm does that shit. But it triggered her. I saw that moment because she started getting sarcastic and very vindictive with it. She's like, "Well, I hope you heal, because you need to heal." And maybe.
And you know what concerns me is that she says that she's from my state, and I know a lot of people. Like,
my uncle doesn't fucking know.
Yeah, I have a lot of roots in this state. Yeah.
Okay, so you said she's from your state.
I'm gonna put it to you like this.
Sorry, go ahead, and then I'll ask.
No, go ahead, and then I want to say something.
Okay. That's what. So I was just talking to Gina. That's what I was talking about. We were talking about. I wonder, like, if her elders know how she behaves, because this is very, like, she is incredibly.
The way that she talks, she probably doesn't have any elders.
Okay.
Well, so, like, they're not attached to her. They don't speak to her because she wouldn't speak like that to others.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
If she was raised right with the right kind of elders like I was raised, she wouldn't speak like that to others, and she wouldn't talk about people not being indigenous.
Well, like she might be somebody's great disappointment, though. We don't know, so let's not.
Right.
Okay, listen. Maybe somebody already told her and has been telling her, and they're really embarrassed. Okay, I don't know. We don't know, and that's the point. We're not going to cast judgment on that shit, especially not here. This is no place.
Yeah,
people do that. But what I will say is this: our identity is complex, and I've been bitching on this app, and there's a reason some people fucking hate me, because I have stood by this from the get-go, even when I was severely fucking anemic and I could barely fucking breathe, and I was screaming this at every fucking body. Okay? Nobody on TikTok is the arbiter of indigeneity. Yeah. When you run across a lost cousin, if it bothers you that fucking much, help them find their community. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Because if you don't come from their community, and even if you do, if you don't come from their leadership and you can't help them, it's not your fucking business. It's not. It just is what it fucking is. Okay, and I'm going to be old and I'm going to be crotchety about it. At the end of the day, we are far more complex than that. Okay? I don't know how many tree-hugging, hippie fucking new definitions of indigenous that I've heard in the last 5 years, but I was not brought up with any of that shit. Okay? I was brought up to understand that we are not all a monolith. I went through my stage. Look, if y'all think she's a bully, you really fucking I was way worse. I'm mean as fuck. Okay, I was before I got therapy, right? I was a foster kid.
Yeah.
I was. I had issues.
I've gone through Been through a lot of counseling and therapy, so
Yeah, and then that's an indigenous experience too. Is
Yeah.
like having to go through therapy and shit. You know, we don't know where somebody intergenerational trauma and shit. You know,
Yeah.
grandparents surviving the fucking boarding schools and shit.
yes, all of my
You know,
elders.
we
Yep.
foster care system, all that shit. Why do you think I fight so hard for Ikwa? Listen,
Yeah.
I want to talk about how big and bad she is. Everybody, oh, she's got a lot of followers. How many followers? Does she have over 1 million?
It's like 80K.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more than I got, but I'm not really pushing that shit. There are people